movie.
Yeah, that's because they typically do a Star Wars or a Marvel movie
Right.
around Christmas time.
Check this out.
Chucky.
Yeah, that's just weird.
What up, boys?
What's up? We were talking about kind of a lull in like TV or stuff we're interested in, and then so right now I just been catching up on TV show. I'm watching some Hulu original called Bear, and it's about like this dude that worked in a like executive kitchen, right? And now he's in like a shitty New York sandwich shop making fucking sandwiches and shit. So it's kind of cool.
Interesting. Yeah, I've seen previews for it. I haven't sat down to watch it or anything.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I still need to see that Bill Burr.
Oh, the Bill Burr special. It's like an hour and a half, dude. Like it's a long special.
Too long.
It was a long special.
Is it too long? But it's good. But it's just long.
No, I think. Are we live?
Yeah, we're recording.
Okay, that's fine.
We're not video live yet.
I honestly just think an hour is too long.
Nah.
For comedy?
Really?
Yeah, if you can listen to a 4-hour podcast, you can listen to a 90-minute, once-a-year comedy special.
Yeah, I get it. I think I get, like, first of all, I'm usually watching it by myself, so that's never, it's not as entertaining, you know, when you're with someone. Yeah. So a lot of times I don't even laugh. I just kind of listen to the setups, and I mean, you know, every once in a while, you know, but a lot of times I'm listening to it like it's a podcast, you know. I try to start Whitney Cummings. I don't know if you guys know who that is, but she's kind of popular. But I don't know. I got like 10 minutes into it. I just really wasn't in the mood either. So did you listen to it, Richard? You're shaking your head.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. So.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Not a fan.
She's kind of annoying.
Yeah, I'd take Miss Pat over her any day. I listen to 4 hours of Miss Pat every day. If you're like, there's a Miss Pat podcast, it's 4 hours every day. I'm like, all right, you got.
Oh, you listen to Miss Pat? You said
I would. Yeah, I would.
Oh, really? Dude, she's nuts, man. She says whatever she wants. Yeah. She is nuts.
Yeah.
I hope she's with Bert.
Have you watched the Bert the Netflix show where she's on it?
With the cabin show with Bert?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the one that had Bobby Lee on it. Like that one.
He's nuts, dude. All those guys are crazy. I probably listen to all of their podcasts. I listen to Bobby Lee. I listen to Theo Vaughn. I listen to Chris D'Elia. Chris D'Elia has one with his brother right now called Lifeline. It's hilarious because people will call in for advice or situations like, you know, I'm living with my buddy. He's got this new girlfriend. You know, they always taking up the living room couch. I can never watch TV. What should I do? You know, and then Chris always has like some type of funny response, and then they're brothers, you know, so they just have this great chemistry together. So, yeah, I don't know why I get lost in all those shows, but probably just because, you know, I like the humor of it. But
yeah, I do too. I listen to there's a Sirius XM station called Faction Talk. And they have some pretty interesting shows on there. They always have comedians on there. Do you know who like Jay Okerson is? Big J?
Yeah. Big J.
Have you heard of the Bonfire podcast?
I don't know if I've seen that one.
Yeah, so they do that show's on there. And then there's a few comedy shows on there, so it's called Faction Talk. So I'll listen to that throughout the day, just because it's always different comedians and in different environments. And
yeah, just something funny.
Yeah,
I don't know if you listen to Mark Norman.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh, dude, that guy's comedy.
Anytime he's in town, I go. I've seen him like 3 times in town.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Okay. I've heard about his name at the Helium. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. We need to seek out one of those. That dude's hilarious.
Yeah. Just we'll have to crack open the Helium site and see who's coming. They usually have something pretty funny.
Isn't that who you and Jared went to go see?
Me and Jared and I did go to see him. Yeah.
So that's why it sounds familiar.
Yeah. He's hilarious. Like it's him, Shane Gillis, Ari Shaffir, and Rogan do a podcast together on Rogan's podcast. It's called they call it Protect Our Parks, dude. It's hilarious. And because and Mark Norman would just say like just the most off the wall stuff. Like this really wasn't off the wall. I just thought it was funny. There was one of the first episodes they did. Rogan got up to go to the bathroom, and as soon as he got up, Mark Norman goes, "What about this Joe Rogan guy? God, what a douche," or something like that.
Have you ever heard about him? Have you ever heard about him talk about his wife?
Who? Mark?
Mark Norman.
Mark's not married.
He's engaged.
Oh yes, okay, yeah. I think he is engaged. Yeah, you're right.
Sorry, yeah. He always talks about his girlfriend. Have you ever heard how he refers to her as the big fat pig or whatever?
Oh, are you serious?
Yes.
Dude, I don't know. That guy is hilarious, man. He cracks me up.
Dude, it's like, man, I hope like they have that kind of relationship where she hears it, she's just laughing. Like, my God. Like, I first heard it took me back. I was like, what?
Yeah,
I would
she's
never
probably
say that.
She's probably, some dime piece that doesn't have an ounce of fat on her. So, calling her a big fat pig, she knows that he's,
it's
joking.
An inside joke, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you ever tell the story about how he got like $3,000 stolen out of his drawer?
I don't know.
Mark Norman's, he's on that Faction Talk network every once in a while, and he's got
okay.
Bert Kreischer, he was on there once, and they made him watch, what was it, Time Traveler's Wife? And I guess that movie always makes him cry. And
really?
Like, they have video of it, him just sobbing, like in tears, like just weeping over this movie. And then like 5 minutes later, he's playing like some sort of acoustic guitar and laughing and having a good time. That's hilarious. It's insane. I'll send you a video of that. Is one of the funniest things I've ever heard. That really that's what turned me on to Bert Kreischer, was hearing that bit.
Yeah, he's hilarious.
So.
All right, hit that intro.
All right, we're gonna go live.
We're already 10 minutes in. We just went sprinting in.
All right. Yep. Come on. Here we go. 5.
Kevin, you missed the fuck out.
Grab my whiskey. I'm trying to get drunk.
We don't care what R. Kelly did.
Did
I say anything racist this time?
You better get out of here, honky.
And now for something completely different.
I got moves, man.
Well, two honks and Kim just messing around. You'll never know what they talk about on two honks and Kevin. You might hear something about the NBA. Maybe they'll just make your day on two honks and Kevin. It's sports and life and family too. Let's all listen to two honks and a Kevin.
Yeehaw! I just crapped my pants.
All right, everybody. It is July 28th, and since I have the other guys muted, we're just going to play this. All right. Yep. Enough of that. Kind of fooling myself there. So, what's up, guys?
Richard's back.
Yeah, he's back.
You should have played "Welcome Back, Welcome Back."
Oh yeah.
You know that song?
Yes.
Yeah. I only know that song because Mace did a remix of it.
Yeah.
Oh, good old Mace.
Back in the day.
He was. Then he went crazy.
Mace is still tight.
Was he the one that could play basketball, or was that another dude I'm thinking of?
So, mate.
He was black. There's a good chance.
So there's
we're live.
Yeah. Right.
Okay.
So
that's why I'm turning it up.
There's a story about all of them lived in like the same part of Harlem, and all of them played basketball and were really good. Like him, Cameron,
I'm thinking of Master P.
And all of them were really good.
It was Master P because he played for like the D League.
Yeah, Master P could hoop
like that. He played semi-professional. Yeah, I don't know. I just kind of like pulled in, return, and then that's what pulled up. I was like, okay, we can go. I'm lazy. Let's go with that.
He said, "Where to go?"
Yeah.
So how was it? So it sounds like Rich disappeared to the woods for like 3 weeks. I'm not sure if that's what really happened or not. But
it was 1 week. It was the yearly hiatus where we go to the lake house and the internet is not good at all there. I was getting some reception, so that's like every once in a while you'd see me chime in, but it was very like one word here or there.
Yeah.
So I quit doing it though because I was like, I think I might be coming off as a dick with like my one word responses, so I just quit talking because
you can say more than one word and you still come off as a dick.
Hey, that's okay. That's okay.
That's okay.
I mean, I'm here. You got to deal with me one way or the other. I'm not worried about it.
I done figured that out. So when you say the lake house, is this a lake house that you guys own, that you rent, or what's the situation?
Yeah, so my wife has family members that are fairly generous, and they own a lake house.
That's what's up.
About an hour south of here, actually fairly close to Atterbury. You can hear, if they do live fire exercises, you can hear the live fire exercises. Kind of cool, awesome. Kind of flashbacky,
like the Nineveh area. Like
that's exactly Nineveh. Where it is. We drive through Nineveh.
Sweetwater. Cordery. Try to remember what they call it.
Yeah,
that's not that far. That's a nice little,
It's an hour away.
Yeah. When you were when I saw that you were at a lake house or whatever, I was like, man, I should look up, Airbnbs for lake houses, which I never did until last night. I just did like a quick 5-minute search just to I was just curious to see what was available and how much it was. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of pretty nice Airbnbs. I mean, I did see some was like $350 a night.
Yeah.
But I saw one that was like almost 200. But I was like, man, that'd be a nice, just little, maybe take Friday off, go down to Thursday night.
Yeah.
Brown County has some spots like that too. So just rent the cabin for
isn't it like the Abe Lincoln Lodge or something like that in Brown County?
Well, you can do Abe Martin Lodge, but they also have like when we used to do Thanksgiving, we go and rent that big.
Oh yeah, I remember
lake house, and I mean that was like $250 a night or something like that. But I'm with Blake like a little 4-day week.
Dude, those little trips.
Because I mean it's nothing to get away like Richard. Like you're off the grid. Like you can put I like those times where you put your phone down, you're not at home, you're dirtying up somebody else's house. That's all I need for like a day or two. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like that nice little getaway.
It's just a good refresher.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised how much you can do that, and it's close. Like that's why we like going to Michigan a lot, because I mean it's right there.
Yeah. Did I end up telling you guys what I did on my birthday, that birthday morning?
I think you mentioned sleeping outside or something and raining, and you enjoyed the rain.
Camping?
Yeah. Did you camp?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I couldn't remember if I said it or not, but I was just going to bring up like just that little morning of like just being in the woods, very little reception, just chilling. You know what I'm saying? Like even that was like, I mean, I just remember at one point, Aaron and I just kind of looked at each other and was like, this is nice, dude. Like I'm not looking at my emails. I'm not, it's like,
I've gotten to that point too, Blake. Like I feel like the last year or so, like to be able to just like
put it away.
Yes. And just pay attention to something.
Yeah. I'm telling you, like if I'm busy at work, like, dude, I mean, this week, like I barely get on TikTok, Instagram. I very rarely get on Facebook anymore. And sometimes I just grab my phone and I'm like, I'm not even going to open it. Like, I don't know what I want to do with my phone right now. I'm staring at it, I'm kind of bored at work or whatever, but yeah.
I just want to flick my thumb up and just see the light.
It's a podcast machine now is really.
Yeah. I mean, and that's what I kind of look for podcasts more than anything. And I think when we first got on, you guys were talking about, shows to watch. It's like, I don't know. I've got 4,000 shows, I could watch. And it's like, I can't tell you, I haven't turned this TV on in my garage in probably 2 weeks. Like I got nothing to watch, right now, really. There's really no sport.
Hey, yeah. Football season's coming.
Yeah.
But I'm with you. Like you even alluded to, like watching the comedy special. Like there's a lot of times where I've been so busy at work, I kind of want some instant gratification. So like those little short YouTubes or TikToks, like trying to bring
get you
like that, and like at least get some kind of content during the day, right?
Yeah, I know we talk about it all the time, but it is amazing how that is our new world of entertainment. I mean, my kids, we've talked about this before. Like, they don't really watch the sitcoms. They're just waiting for the series and let me binge watch it and obsess over it for a month, and then get excited about the next thing.
Yeah. No commercials.
No commercials. Don't need them.
Commercials. Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice. Have you guys started Big Brother? Or is it Jared that's a Big Brother fan?
Jared's the Big Brother fan. I just watch it whenever. I didn't know that it started again.
Yeah, Nika was watching it the other day. I tried to tune in for a few minutes of it, but it's too, like I've said, it's too much of a dedication to watch that show.
You got to
I don't
watch
have
that
3 nights
over the weekend, because they'll do 3 nights in a row.
Yeah,
and like if you'll be lost, so you gotta watch that in pockets. Like if you miss one night and then you skip to the next one, you're hit.
Yeah, you know what else is that way is wrestling. You could watch wrestling Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday night, and sometimes Saturday night and Sunday night. Mm-hmm. You can literally watch wrestling 7 days a week if you so choose.
Because of what? WWE or just all the leagues? So
WWE's on Monday, Raw's Monday, NXT's Tuesday, SmackDown is Friday, AEW's Wednesday. I'm pretty sure there's something on Thursday. I'm not sure what it is.
For some reason, I thought something was on Saturday, though, too.
Saturday's usually pay-per-views now.
Yeah.
Yeah, they run their pay-per-views on Saturday now.
I follow it on Bleacher Report, and I just get notification.
And they're still doing the same thing where they you just pay the however much a month for the WWE and you get the pay-per-view.
They're on Peacock now, which is the NBC. So I mean, it's kind of made it a better deal because now I can watch everything on NBC and WWE for like one subscription fee.
Right.
So that's kind of dope. Yeah, but yeah, they do that. They don't call them pay-per-views anymore. They call them like some sort of like special live events or something like that.
Yeah, special event.
Yeah, so they don't. Yeah.
But you're getting the bonus content with Peacock.
Yeah, you're getting all the
it's a bundle more than anything.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You get
that's where they get you.
You get everything. You get all the NBC stuff plus WWE stuff, which is, I mean, NBC stuff is okay. I mean, but I mean, for somebody like me, like I don't have cable and I don't have an antenna, like I can, hop on NBC, stuff and watch whatever local stream I want to watch. So, I don't know, like CBS, if you have Paramount, you can watch their football games. So that's pretty dope. But speaking of that, like, did you guys see $4.99 a month for NFL stuff? Is that what I read? NFL?
I haven't seen that, but I do have.
That's an insane price.
Yeah, that is insane. But I have the Hulu Live Sports, and like it's a really good price. So like I told you guys, like we ended DirecTV and all that stuff because the only reason we had DirecTV because it came in the package with the internet, and I was like, hey, we just gotta basically pick one. So we picked Hulu because of the Live Sports package.
Does that give you
how much?
It has the basic cable anyway.
Right. How much do you pay for the Hulu?
I think it's like. And I think Hulu's with our Spotify too. I think it's like $43 or something like that.
Oh, okay, that's cheaper because we had the YouTube TV and we were splitting it with somebody, and that makes it like $30-$40 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but still, we still dropped.
There's like a Disney Plus thing with it too, but we just haven't merged them all over.
Oh yeah, you can get the bundle. You get the Disney, ESPN plus Hulu bundle.
Yeah.
So, and I'm sure it's probably happening behind scenes, but I'm kind of surprised that one big company hasn't come and just bought up all of that.
Like cable?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You're right. And then it's all right. But, because that's what we're doing, right? We want bundles because it's a whole lot cheaper than buying 4 or 5 different, I think different apps or whatever.
Yeah, because I mean, if you do it right, though, you can get most of them bundled in with other services, right? Because I think like with T-Mobile, I get Paramount and Netflix. With my AT&T,
that's why AT&T is free. Yeah,
AT&T you get HBO Max, and then I get discounted Hulu for like $2 a month, and then because Jen's a teacher, we get Amazon Prime for like $50 a year. So it's like we're not paying that much for anything anyways, so we might as well just have it. You know what I mean? Like we're literally paying probably not even $50 a month for everything.
Yeah.
So it's not a bad deal if you kind of take advantage.
And that's not what your internet package is, it?
So yeah, HBO is with our AT&T internet.
Yeah.
So
that's how I was just.
Yeah.
But I mean, I feel like it's just like you said. The big thing is cable, and I'm just taking a slice of the pie of what we actually watch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I mean,
So
if you
we're watching
really
everything.
wanted to, like if you didn't have it like that, you can just get one at a time. Like you can say, hey, this month I want to watch these shows on Paramount. Like I just can binge them now. They're all out. I can binge them all. And then you can have $15 a month. You can watch everything on Paramount, dump it. Then next month, say, hey, I want to watch Stranger Things and Ozark. So
there's so much content, man.
It's
so much.
Like,
overwhelming.
It's like, is this all? Is this all that people do? It's just watch shows, man.
I mean, at night, yeah. I mean, that's the thing me and my wife do. We'll watch like 1 or 2 episodes of something a night. Yeah.
Oh, you just cut out, Rich.
Oh yeah, I said my wife and I will watch 1 or 2 episodes of something almost every night when the kids are in bed. That's kind of our wind down, hang out time.
I think I looked at Netflix this weekend. And I was like, hey, I'm gonna pick something to watch, dude. There's so much stuff on there. It's like this is overwhelming for me. Like I just want to dumb down.
Go ahead, Blake. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say there's so much of it. Like a lot of it's trash. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like I'm not gonna watch 90% of it. Like I'm very specific in terms of.
But I like watching the trailers to see if I will watch it. It's the same thing with Game Pass.
Yeah.
Like me and Olivia will pick a day of the month. Hey, what am I gonna put on my playlist? Let's watch every trailer. Boom, 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 boom.
Next thing you know, you're not doing anything because you spent your entire free time watching.
Absolutely, you could have been playing or watching something, and you spent 30 minutes looking through something that's
You know what that is? You know what the equivalent of that is back in the day when your dad had the remote and he would just flip through every single channel constantly. That's all he did all night long. You're like, dude, pick a channel.
Yeah. I think there's just too much, and it's such a commitment. To like get especially if it's a series. Like, dude, do I really want to get committed and I think that's why I don't click on any of it, because I'm like, dude, that's 2 hours. Like, do I what if I don't like it? Like, what? So I
really have time for this. I know I'm supposed to be doing this. I want to be doing this.
And then I'll just like go outside and do something. I think I'd just rather be outside, especially when it's nice out.
I get it. Yeah, it's I try to be very purposeful when I turn on something. Like I don't turn on Netflix or unless I know for sure like this is what I'm gonna watch. Like I don't like that, and that's part of the reason why I got rid of cable was because it's like you're just sitting there and it's on in the background and you're not doing anything with a purpose.
You're playing on your phone,
right? Yeah. Like you know, what are you doing purposefully? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm intentionally watching this show. It's just not on in the background just because.
Right. Yeah. It's just background noise. It's like listening to music or whatever for a lot of people. I feel like that's how, if I have the TV on, man, that's usually how it is. Like I'm, messing around on my phone or I'm editing pictures or, whatever.
Working on a laptop or something. And then don't let somebody turn it off and you're like, no, I'm watching that.
Yeah.
For real. Yeah. It's finally the fourth quarter. I'm finally going to pay attention. Hey, I did want to kind of bring up what's happening to Nate Diaz. Little UFC talk real quick. So Nate Diaz, for those that don't know, he's been in the UFC for, 15 years, 20 years. I mean, he's probably
haven't fought in the last 10.
Yeah, he has. Nate? Come on, Nate.
Who's he fought after Conor?
Who
How
did he?
How long ago was the Conor fight?
I'd have to look up his record. I mean, you're right. He doesn't fight. He doesn't fight that often, but that's kind of beside. It's not beside the point. But he fought Leon Edwards, June of 21. That goes into my story. So since then, he has had one fight left on his contract. Okay. The trilogy fight with Conor McGregor is still lingering, right? And that was supposed to be maybe his last fight. Makes sense. UFC would want to cash out on that, make the money from that fight, and then Nate can retire and go on to do whatever to do whatever he wants, right? Yeah. Well, Conor's not ready for that fight, so they keep trying to renegotiate with Nate on his contract, and Nate's just. He's just done. Jake Paul, he's got the potential Jake Paul boxing match in the future. So he just wants to be an independent, whatever fighter.
He wants to let go out of the contract.
Yeah, he just wants to be done. He's given to the sport. He's been a fan favorite. He's made the UFC a ton of money. I mean, he was one of the guys that was on one of those crappy contracts from the tough eras, where it was like, whatever, 50 and 50, or maybe it was 100,000 and 100,000, to 100 to show up, 100 to win, So he potentially was making 200,000 to fight, but was a much, much, much bigger star than that, deserved more money. Anyways. So they can't come to an agreement to renew his contract. So they give him Hamzat. I gotta look up his name.
I know you're talking about that.
Yeah, they give him Hamzat.
Kazamet or something like that.
Yeah, it's Hazma. I just had it.
Kamzamet. Yeah, he's a beast. Though.
No, you pronounce it Hamzat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I can't. I can't. He's from Russia. He's a killer. He's ranked number 4th. Nate Diaz isn't even ranked. It literally makes no sense why they gave him this fight, and it's just another like. I love this sport, but instead of like giving this guy a Donald Cerrone, of course he's retired. A Clay Guida, an old veteran. They give him this killer that like everybody is afraid of. Nobody wants to fight. And they're making him basically fight his last fight against potentially the future champion. And it's just, I think it's sickening, to be honest with you.
Hey, but isn't that like WWE? Like you're not leaving without the belt? You're not leaving. Well, WWE,
your last match is a loss. Like I mean, that's
right. And listen, and I get that.
Yeah.
But Diaz hasn't won a fight in umpteen years. Why are you giving him right? Like if that happened to Connor, if Connor came in and was like, yeah, we're going to give you the number 3 ranked person, even though you haven't won in a couple years, everybody be like, he doesn't even deserve that fight. Like, why is he getting that fight? Right? I mean, what if Nate wins? I mean, that's honestly what we all want. If Nate pulls off the win,
that's the thing that they don't want.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, that's the thing that they don't want. Yeah.
And listen, I do understand the other side of it of like, all right, you're on your way out. We're going to show all of your fans this new killer, and we're going to make you fight him. So everyone knows about this new Russian that's potentially going to be the champion, right? So I get that. You're using...
They're going to make him fight Kazamet so he makes sure he don't want to come back.
Yeah, and that's what's scary.
But I feel like that's what they do, man. Like, and you get pounded on that. Like who? I think it was like Shogun one time. I think he fought John Jones as like one of his last one, and like they show him, and he's just like
destroyed.
Like I just feel like the sport is out. How many people respectively have gone out with a win?
It's not even about going out with a win. It's going out with a chance. It's going, you know what I'm saying? Like that's what makes me sad. It's like, dude, like this guy is given so much. Like, could you imagine them doing that to whoever, Steph Curry, LeBron James, Jordan, right? Where it's just like, well, this is your last season. We're not going to parade you. We're not going to celebrate what you've done for our sport. We're going to feed you to the dogs and watch them eat you.
But Blake,
on your way out.
If you have a chance, you're not going to stop.
What do you mean?
If I have a chance and like, hey, I was in that, like I'm coming back. I'm not retiring, right?
Right, but dude, Nate just wants out.
Yeah, I know.
Nate just wants out.
It's different for Nate because he's not retiring. I'm thinking about retiring, not just wanting out of the sport.
Yeah, and Dana knows that Nate can't hang with this new flock of fighters, right? Like he's in that Donald Cerrone, Clay Guida, that era, right? So it's like he knows he's on his way out.
Nate's just a fighter.
Like bless him, man. You know what I'm saying? Like let him go fight Jake Paul and still represent him and say, yeah, he was a UFC fighter, gave us some of the most entertaining fights in the world. We love that dog, right? Like the NBA does from the past champions or the past. Doesn't have to be a champion, you know. So I love this sport so much, and I've been following it for a long time. But it's like when I see that type of stuff, it's like, dude, you guys are just savages. Like you're
not only that, they're getting more money.
Yeah,
but I got a question. He has one more fight with the UFC. The UFC can't work anything with Triller to kind of make that fight with Jake Paul. All right, cool.
No, Triller's out of the picture with Jake Paul.
Yeah. And then So Nate probably would even make more money if it was under UFC too, right? If it was Jake versus Nate
in the UFC fight,
I'm saying UFC is back in the fight. It don't have to
kind
be
of like what they did for McGregor versus
like they did for Conor. Like the Conor thing was different. Like UFC made money and Conor made money off of that, right?
Right, but I think the way Nate looks at it is like, just get me out of my contract. Get me out of my contract. I'll go make that side money on my. I don't need to run through you. You know, I don't need that unless Jake Paul wants to fight in the UFC, which he has hinted to. But I mean, let's be honest. You know, Diaz would absolutely destroy him if it's a mixed martial arts fight. I don't even want to see that. But so, anyways, that just kind of hit my radar this week, and it just, like I said, I kind of get both sides of it, but
it's a business, man. The UFC's got to do, kind of like what you alluded to. They got to take the Nate Diaz fans and now point their eyes toward this number 4 guy. They can't give him a Clay Guida because, like, who gives a shit? Like, I don't even think isn't he retired? Like, they're all gone. Like they don't have anybody. From Diaz and the other thing too is people, WWE fans are the same way, and UFC fans are this way. They always bitch and moan about wanting to see up and coming stars and them create new stars. Well, dude, if this guy destroys Nate, I mean, look, dude, Nate's a great fighter, but if this dude ends up, then boom, star made. Like, you know what I mean?
But that's the thing. He's already a star.
No, I don't even know that dude. I don't even know him. Don't know him.
Well,
never heard of him. He's number 4. He's number 4.
I'm surprised you don't, because he don't know a lot of stuff.
Oh, dude, people have been talking about
social media wise,
Yeah, he trained with Khabib. It's like been known for like 2 years that this guy is the next
Khabib,
savage.
basically.
Like DC will talk. Daniel Cormier will talk about, like, dude, I'm telling you, like, he takes heavyweights down. Like this guy, I've just never seen anyone like he is. Yeah. I mean, he'll be the champ, right, dude? I just hope Nate finds a way to choke him out, flip the bird, and just walk out to the sunset.
It's gonna be entertaining, man.
Oh, I can't wait.
Wait, don't they sign it? Didn't they, or do they sign some sort of a contract that if they win a fight, that they are automatically re-signed? Isn't there something like that where if they win their last fight, they're automatically re-signed for like another fight or two?
No, because Francis, the heavyweight, that he just put his whole basically career on the line. He did not re-sign, so he basically is a free agent and a champion. So I don't know if they'll make him vacate the belt.
He's still not. He's still not.
But he's hurt. He's hurt too.
Yeah,
interesting.
Yeah, because he wants to go make $50 million or however much to go box Tyson. Fury.
Oh, yeah. Fury. I thought you were going to say Mike Tyson.
Tyson. Yeah. It wouldn't surprise me.
But they'll do an interim champ and they'll give him a timetable of, hey, you either sign the contract and come back and fight, or you got to relinquish the belt.
Yeah.
So that's what they're going to do.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. I don't know. It's just, it's kind of interesting to watch some of these fighters fight out their contracts and not re-sign and, test the waters. And, some are going to, one championship or Bellator or whatever. And, I think it's good, kind of like WWE. I think it's good when you got multiple organizations doing well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So anyways, I just thought that was kind of interesting.
Maybe Triple H will take over the UFC.
Well, yeah, Rich, I don't know if you want to touch on that. I mean, speaking of fighting and WWE and all that, I know there's been I guess that's big news. Vince McMahon has stepped down. Obviously, he's been a pioneer of the sport.
Yeah, it's the thing that everybody's been talking about for years now has finally came to kind of fruition, so to speak. Everybody's always kind of talked about when Vince McMahon steps down that Triple H and Stephanie will be like the go-to, like in terms of creative and WWE CEO head. And then the changes that are necessary are going to made, because the way it's looked at right now, it's really ran by older men. And it's just they're stuck in their ways, and there are certain things you can't say, certain things you can't do. And so it's the thought process is, Triple H, when he ran NXT, like, people loved it. It was a lot of the older fans got back into it because of it. So, but anyways, yeah. So Vince McMahon, I guess, because of the whole scandal situation, kind of stepped down. And the thing was, I know I read somewhere like they can't fire him. Like he owns too much of the majority of the stake that they could not vote him out. Like even if they wanted to fire him, it wasn't going to happen.
Really?
So yeah, because he owned so much of WWE.
That's what I was going to say. How can you fire the owner?
Well, he's not an owner. It's a publicly traded company now. He owns majority stock. So in order to fire the CEO, I think the board has to vote on it, but he has a majority of the board as well votes. So you were never going to get him out that way. So I don't know.
So
yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, do you feel like it's in good hands? And do you think he was ready to retire, or because of the scandal?
Definitely
which
the scandal.
I hate that, someone that's done.
I feel like there's no scandal though.
Yeah, but there is. But
he cheated. Shocker.
There kind of is.
No, but it was consensual. Like
I agree with that part. There's nothing illegal that happened. I don't necessarily think he's like. This is not. I don't think a Me Too thing. Like this isn't what's happening at all. This is a financial thing where you had relations with people, and because of those relations and the intent to hush them, you gave them a raise of several $100,000. Plus are paying them millions of dollars, which I don't know how the $1 million payouts went. I don't know for sure if those came
Hold on,
him.
it's multiple people? I thought it was one person.
They've uncovered
Dude, give me some.
Look, that's the thing though, is we all knew. Like, let's not pretend like nobody knew that Vince McMahon was not, whether it's the legal secretary or a wrestler. Like, let's not pretend this is a shocker to anybody.
No kidding, dude.
So that's the other thing is like, well, duh. Like,
yeah. Like, this isn't even a scandal. It's like almost a known fact.
Breaking news. Yeah. Breaking news.
Yeah.
A billionaire cheats on his wife.
So here's where it kind of gets interesting. About a year and some change ago, Triple H had his heart attack. I'm sure you guys are familiar with this. And because of that, he had to step away for a while.
You should have just drank that, Blake.
Yeah, should have. So
that was a bug, bro. That was a bug. I was looking at that protein about went for it.
You might that,
tough mutter, baby.
Cheers, mate.
So much so that he actually left the company for a while. Triple H did, and then about 2 months ago, Stephanie McMahon left the company too. She went on a hiatus. So part of me thinks that the only reason why Vince McMahon agreed to step down was because they agreed to allow Stephanie to be CEO. And I think since that happened, he was more willing to do it. And because, as we know, Stephanie and Triple H are married, now what happens is Monday the announcement was made that Triple H is now head of talent and he's the head of creative. So everything gets ran by him now instead of Vince.
Mm-hmm.
So it just it's kind of like everything everybody talked about. We're like, man, it would be great if Vince left, and I don't think anybody wanted the guy to die, but just left, and then let Stephanie and Triple H run the show. Because the other problem too is a lot of the people that were there currently that have been there for a long time, I think were there because of favors. Like, they did something for Vince, and Vince promised them long-term employment, and so they were there. Right. And now that he's gone, the thinking is those people are going to go away eventually.
Right.
So you think they're going to weed out some of the older wrestlers, kind of bring in some newer talent, and
not really wrestlers per se, but more of like the backstage politicking.
Yeah,
like, there's a couple guys back there. Yeah, I don't want to oversaturate the discussion with specific names or anything, but yeah, just like there's like Kevin Dunn is one of them, for instance, but just like a couple people who just seem to make really shitty decisions in terms of creative control, and like one of the things came out. I don't know if do you guys know who Freddie Prinze Jr. is?
Yeah, I do.
You do?
That's the actor. Yeah.
So he actually was a writer for WWE for a while.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. And so he was talking about how like one of them, I don't remember which one it was, so I don't want to say, but one of them would deny giving a female a championship because, and this is what he would say. He would say because she's not pretty enough.
Because she's
not pretty enough.
Yeah.
And like that's exactly what he would just say. He's like, she's not pretty enough.
He'd just be that honest with it.
Yeah. So it's like, I don't know, man.
But that's a thing.
But to be
especially
honest,
in entertainment.
have you ever seen a WWE female wrestler that is not attractive? Like,
No.
That's like below a 7.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, right. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're not gonna. You don't want to.
so it's like, what are you on? Like, I want to know who you said that about, because I want to know which one of these women that you did not find attractive.
Like, yeah, like if you're gonna make me watch wrestling, female wrestling,
she was a champion. Yeah, I don't know. So it's just like stuff like that, like decisions like that, like things like that being said of like, that's a really shitty way to, like, you know what I mean? Like, I understand. Look, okay, it's
the business though.
It's a business and it's entertainment. But like I said, like, what women would you on the roster would you say that about?
Yeah,
exactly.
I don't know of a one. I don't.
Yeah,
know.
that's wild, man.
Yeah, so
that's wild.
So yeah, so the thinking is they'll probably well, actually they already canceled a match that was going to take place this Saturday on SummerSlam. Already canceled the match, and Triple H pushed it back, said he wants to change that storyline.
Wow.
So things are already happening. They're saying like you'll probably see bigger differences and changes happen.
So do you feel like it's an excitement? Like, are fans happy it's in these hands, or
rejuvenated?
Yeah, because I think people really liked NXT. Now, NXT didn't have that many viewers because it wasn't a main. Like, people are saying that, like, even though people claim that NXT was a great show and loved it, it didn't have that many viewers. But it's like, dude, like, you're talking about Monday Night Raw that's been around for 30 years.
Yeah, NXT kind of felt like a later version of ECW. The dedicated people, and they had a strong following from the viewers that were watching, but it wasn't a lot of viewers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, it's because it's like people are already watching 5 hours of wrestling. If you watch SmackDown and Raw every week, you're watching 5 hours at least a week.
Yeah, that's
and then you got AEW in the mix. People are wanting to watch AEW because that's got Chris Jericho, it's got the Hardys, it's got a lot of good players in there too. So it's like, okay, so now you're 7 hours in for the week.
So that's an interesting topic too. Like, how long does that last? How much longer can sporting events do that? Right? Like, you almost need it. It's kind of what we were talking about earlier about the stand-up comedy. It's like, hey, look, I get it. You're special. I know you want to entertain me for an hour, but can you just do it for like 30 minutes?
Instead of 3 hours. Dude, Monday Night Raw is 3 hours.
Yeah, even my UFC's the same way. It's like it drags and drags.
Like, I feel like we're just in that stage of instant gratification, because even with sports, hey, I'm not really watching a game of anything until the second half.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
I feel like different sports do, like the only sport that I can think of that is kind of innovative with that is like NFL Red Zone. Like, you just want to see the scores. Hey, when it gets to the red zone, we'll flip it. We'll give you all these options of what you. I mean, that's the only sport that I know that is catered to that the best. But it's the only sport that can't cater to it.
I feel like the go-to move though with sports and wrestling in general is like to wait till that third hour, like record it, wait till that third hour, and then start watching it and just fast forward through all the garbage, and then you've literally turned a 3 hour event into 30, 45 minutes.
The sweet spot.
Yeah,
where everybody's, because even us do it on a text message. Haven't paid attention to this the whole game. Last 3 minutes.
I think I remember reading a statistic where like a football game only consists of like 9 minutes of action.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or something like that. Yeah. So you could literally just turn on record the whole game, turn it on in the fourth quarter, and be caught up by the last
full of commercials.
Commercials.
And between quarters, they played the highlights.
Yep.
Of the whole game. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like before long, I should just be able to get on NBA TikTok and watch, or NFL TikTok, and just watch the whole. If it's only 9 minutes, you can cut that down. Show me the important highlights, and then in a minute, I watch the whole game. Yeah.
Or I mean, there's probably a market for that in each sport. Like, after the game, hey, here's a short summary. The 10 minutes we crammed in for the people that, you know what I'm saying.
But when you think about the other end, though, like the more events that WWE has, which means it's more places they can go, more tickets they can sell, more merch that they can sell, all of that. Like, okay, so what? You didn't watch all of SmackDown. Like, we sold, whatever, $200,000 worth of tickets, or probably more than that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sure it's because UFC does the same thing. There's a fight every single week. Well, if there wasn't one every single week, then how it used to be, it was every month, basically, and it was that big pay-per-view, and you watch all the big, and now they've turned it into a whole lot more than that, which I don't mind, but it just makes it impossible to keep track of everybody, all the different names.
Right.
Do you guys want to talk about that Brittney Griner stuff?
Go ahead. You already brought it up now.
I don't really know. I'll be honest with you. Like, I don't think people have enough.
I don't think people care.
Well, I don't think anybody really has enough insider knowledge to really give a factual and intellectual conversation about it. It's like, I don't know who has what behind the scenes, and I don't know that guy they're giving, like, he's done 11 years. How many years does he have left? What else is going on there? Like, I don't know.
Who's the Russian guy? Like, what is he locked up for?
He's called the Merchant of Death. Put it like that.
Summarized it for me pretty.
He's called the Merchant of Death. Yeah, and he's just, and it's like, and it's kind of like what
a name.
What was alluded to was like, so we traded Brittney Griner for the Merchant of Death. Like, did you guys see TikTok where people were like, "Man, U.S. got fleeced in that trade"? Like,
yeah. Like, I mean, this chick got caught with like CBD oil. I don't even think it was like THC.
It was CBD oil. And I don't. And I think,
like, think about that. That's so crazy.
But I think they were looking for anything.
I get it's petty, but I'm gonna tell you what. Hey, if I'm going to another country, I'm not.
I ain't taking shit.
Nothing.
Nah,
I'm not doing nothing.
I almost wonder if she even knew.
She said she didn't.
It's probably so normal to her that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
she said she didn't, and she said it's for medical purposes. I think, but it's like at the same time, I think she is a victim of circumstances. I think that if it wasn't her, it was going to be somebody. Like, they
went through the whole, but like they wanted to find something on somebody.
Yeah,
like, that's how petty it was.
But why? Yeah. But why a WNBA player? I mean,
they wanted a U.S. citizen.
Just
and
a U.S.
that she was a WNBA player. They wanted a U.S. citizen.
And I think too, I think they're giving us somebody else too that they wanted for a few years. Some guy that apparently got arrested for espionage, they claim. I don't know if it's factual. Like I said, I don't know enough of the insider. Like, I don't think anybody does. Like, which one of us is sitting in White House defense meetings? Like, I don't know for sure.
Yeah.
Exactly the ins and outs of it. It sounds silly on paper. I mean, when you think about it, it's like, well,
right. Yeah. When you look at the fact that she's locked up in a foreign country for some CBD oil.
How scary is that, though?
Well, she's a domestic abuse. She's a domestic abuser too. Like, she get arrested for beating up her wife or her girlfriend or something too. So it's like,
that was a couple of years ago.
I don't know. I mean, I don't think she's the most perfect,
that's
citizen.
What I'm saying.
But
it's like, I don't know. People are like, oh, and like, but she's not. If it was a dude and he got arrested for beating up his wife, no one would give a shit.
Right?
Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just weird.
No, I understand, and I mean, there's that human nature of it, of like, oh my God, like, I can't imagine like my life being taken away from me for such a stupid thing. My name is all out there. Everyone knows. No one's doing anything about it. I'm locked in these these four walls for something like literally, like, I mean, just think, like, just imagine your freedom being taken from you because you had something on you that was an oil that does nothing, that doesn't hurt anyone, right? But then again, if you're going to feel that way for her, you have to feel that way for the thousands of people that are locked up for weed right now in jail for years upon years because they dealed an ounce of weed to somebody.
That is what it is. Like, if you do something illegal, it's illegal, then that's shit on you. I don't feel bad about that, but it's like, she shouldn't have brought it over there anyways. That's kind of weird. Like what Kevin's saying. I'm not bringing over anything over there.
Yeah, I'm not doing anything in a foreign country.
Nah, dude, I'm over there.
It's just an accident,
especially in Russia.
I mean, what if it's just?
I mean, technically, to me, it is.
Yeah, what if she didn't know?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a huge possibility.
Yeah, I mean, it's there.
Right.
Well, didn't she get caught with it going home? Like, I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. I don't
That's
think
the
any one of
yeah.
us knows.
Yeah, I don't know enough about the story
To really
because,
give a,
yeah.
you know,
But that's the thing. Like, this has been lingering for months, and none of
I
us
know,
really
but
care.
we don't care. It's not that we, you know what I'm saying? So that's
It's
the
sad.
scary. So just think if you're Brittney Griner and people are like, nobody even cares I'm
Yeah.
over in Russia.
dude, nobody even watches
Oil.
the WNBA. What do we do?
Absolutely.
Dude, listen to me. I'm about to go off.
And this was all to make more money because the WNBA doesn't pay her anything.
Dude, listen. Okay. I'm in this fantasy basketball league, right? We're doing this WNBA.
You're not in a fantasy basketball league. You're in a fantasy WNBA.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, there you go. Okay. So I literally had this player. There's only 4 of us in this league. So, you know, we have like all the best players, right? So I have this chick on my team. Okay. Just imagine this happening in the NBA. Let me find this is the notes. It said DTD, day-to-day buyer. Mm-hmm. This is what it said. Cambridge reportedly informed multiple individuals within the Sparks organization Monday that she intends to leave the team. Christina Williams of Girls Talk Sports TV reports. The team hasn't issued a public comment on Cambridge's status, but at the very least, the 4-time All-Star looks unlikely to be available for Thursday's game in Phoenix unless she and the Sparks were able to quickly mend what appears to be a fractured relationship. Cambridge returned to a starting role, blah, 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 blah. Hold on. So there's that, and it says Cambridge has had a rocky relationship with multiple teams, moving on from the Aces during the offseason to Los Angeles. She's now set to end her tenure with the Sparks, and it's unclear if she'll continue her pursuit of an NBA career. So this is a top player that literally just can't get along with teams, and they're just like, she's like, okay, well, I guess I just have to retire. I got nowhere to go. So that's, I thought.
So here's a question about that, if you don't mind, just real quick.
No, go ahead.
In terms of, so you said I've never heard of this lady. This
of
player.
course,
she does a lot of modeling too.
I've never heard of her.
I've seen her. Yeah.
So,
for real?
Who would you?
Yeah, she does a lot of modeling. Yeah.
Who would you equate her to in the NBA? Like in terms of status.
As far as player?
Yeah, in terms of like status. Like how important is she?
I would think hold
on, Richard. Did you say how important she is
to the WNBA?
Like the category of player. Like I would think that she's like a.
Is she like a Steph Curry, Harden?
No. Like a Towns.
Okay.
I don't. Well, I mean,
for the if
she's 4-time MVP.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't know. I was gonna say maybe like a Rudy Gobert. I don't know. I've never watched.
MVP,
I get that. That's my point. If Rudy Gobert did this, it would be all over the news. Wouldn't it be? Like you would.
That's my point.
Okay,
but we don't care.
Yeah, like,
you know what I'm saying? Just like the Brittney Griner.
Like I literally, like, dude, I've had so many girls sit out. So there's another girl named Ellen. Hold on. She's actually really good. Like really good. Mm. Wait for it. Her name is Elena. Elena.
Fantasy names are
Elena Deladani. Okay. So she plays for the Washington Mystics. She has not played since 7/21 was her last game. Okay. Mm-hmm. So last week sometime. She's about to play back-to-back games. So they sat her out the first game. She's had a week off, and they sit her out the next game. No, she's not even hurt. It's for rest. Kevin.
Like that in the NBA, man.
It's for rest.
So she sounds like she equates to Kawhi.
I guess.
So yeah, just to specify out here, I probably watched one NBA game last year, like in totality, like from beginning to end, and I think it was a finals game.
Okay.
So I mean, I don't want people to think like I don't watch WNBA games because it's girls. Like I just don't have time to sit there and watch a whole basketball game. But I just like I watch ESPN and I watch and I look at the news constantly, and I have no idea this is happening.
Dude, I don't either. I don't know it until I look at my fantasy team.
I swear on everything. I'm not trying to be sexist or anything, but it's just like I just don't watch it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, listen, it's hard when you watch men's college basketball, men's high school basketball. It's
basketball,
just more athletic.
NBA basketball is the slowest game ever.
Slowest?
Slow.
WNBA? Is that
no, NBA. Even I'm just saying NBA. So like, I'm just comparing.
What do you mean it's slow?
Because there's always a call.
The game's drag out. It's like 3-hour game.
Hold on, dude. No, football takes forever.
No, it's more
like when I think of a long game, I think of football.
So I'm gonna tell you why football has the game online. It's because of fantasy football.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah,
without a doubt.
You can't be. You can never say.
But that's kind of to my point to earlier. How many people are really watching that full game, or are they just checking the highlights,
just
checking the scores?
That's what I do. Yeah, I just look at stats. Exactly. Yeah, I can't tell you last time I watched a football game in entirety.
Yeah, so that's what makes the football. But I do like Sunday nights. I do like the night games.
But that's my point to the next generation. Like I think the NBA is the football. I mean, for sure, baseball. I think they're going to have a really hard time. Like I don't think any of our kids watch sports.
Yeah.
Right. No. I think Jared's kid probably does a little bit, but that's about it. Right. And he's got a boy that's an athlete.
Yeah.
So I don't.
And that's
I don't think it's a thing. It's like, what do you mean sit down for 2 hours and watch a game?
Yeah. So like, and that's the other thing with a game is like I can listen to it on the radio, like a podcast or something like that, but like I'm not going to pay attention to like I can't focus in on anything for 3 hours.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I mean, I don't know if it's always been like that. I think people have always had the game on, in the background, working in the garage or whatever. But so yeah, I don't know. But I would think that those leagues would have to try to start. I'm kind of curious about that next generation if they're really.
What can they do though? What can they do?
I don't know. Like baseball is. I think they are beginning to have robot umpires. To kind of, and also they've lowered the amount of time a pitcher can hold the ball. I think they changed it. Is it 9 seconds now?
Reduce the game time. Yeah.
Yes, I think they can do things like that. Like I said, the umpire, the ball strike caller is now just like a robot thing they put out there. I think they're starting to introduce stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, I think eventually. But see, that's really what speeds it up and slows it down, right? Is the human refereeing,
human element of it.
Yeah, because I mean,
that kind of makes it more excitement to me because, like,
it does
the back call. You know what I'm saying?
It does. It kind of does, but I think too. I'm honestly surprised a referee or an umpire has never been sued. You know what I'm saying?
I never even thought of it like that.
You just cost that player millions upon millions, maybe an endorsement deal, all because of your shitty call. Like, I'm honestly surprised, too, that nobody's been sued after the Donaghy thing came out where he admitted that they would purposely. Like, I'm surprised. There must be some sort of a contract that you sign that says you won't. Some sort of...
because the way that contracts are and the stimuluses that they have with bonuses and stuff.
There must be some sort of arbitration policy too against referees, some sort of union thing. But I'm really surprised you haven't seen any lawsuits.
Yeah, I would think there's something to protect them. But what I was going to say is, especially for people that gamble, if they gambled on that game, of course, back then I don't know if gambling was really legal like it is now, but. But dude, that's or just death threats in general. Like if you're a ref,
the death threat thing's always been around. Yeah, I mean, I've heard about the death threat thing, and that's why they kind of leave under guys and everything. But yeah, I could really see it becoming more of a robotic, artificial intelligence style of refereeing and umping. Because you could even have little drones flying over making calls, like, you know what I mean, like in a football game. On a football game, just have like 4 or 5 drones out there and be like, pulling,
I also think that's what turns people off. I also think that's what turns people off on every sport and slows the game down because everything is reviewed now.
Yeah,
right. But I still think I want I still
But
think I want the
still think
ref
it's
to be
important.
part of the game. You know what I'm saying? I think I still like to have a ref as part of a game. I just don't want a bunch of robots. You know,
Yeah.
we're gonna have enough of that.
Yeah, I don't know, but like you said though, like if you have to choose between that and people not watching it, and the league's becoming obsolete, what do you choose?
Yeah, it may be interesting if that pulls people in. You know,
Just simulation leagues, huh?
yeah. Well, I do have a. I don't really want to end on a sad note because it's a little bit of a sad story. But so yesterday, on my way home from work, Ella, my oldest, texts me, "Hey, Chase is having a seizure," which is one of the kids that Nika watches is having a seizure. Mom called 911. And I was like, "Oh crap!" I was like, "Okay." So I immediately called her, got on the phone with Nika, and she had told me that one of the boys, Chase, was complaining about being dizzy, and she checked his temperature. It was fine. Gave him some water. Went on and played. Came back. Said it again. Told him to go sit on the couch, and he was like, "No, I'm fine. I want to play." So I went back and played. And then, actually, I think it was the second time he came back. She said, "Well, go, let's go sit down on the couch." But I guess as soon as he sat on the couch, his eyes just rolled back in his head, and he had a full on seizure.
Yeah.
So she, scoops him up, immediately calls his mom to let her know she is currently pregnant. The mom is. They had this with their third kid, and Chase's brother is there as well, is at our house. So the mom tells Nika to call the dad, John. So she immediately calls him, and she's holding him, and I guess he's biting his tongue, and his tongue starting to bleed. It's over, it's over 5 minutes at this point. Nika's. What's crazy is that I was able to bring it up on my door, on my Ring, or whatever it is we have, and I was able to play back to kind of see what was happening. And she was just holding the boy, talking to John. The ambulance shows up, so she was holding him. John immediately said, "Call 911." So Nikki got off the phone, called 911, and then got back on the phone with John. Ambulance got there in about less than 2 minutes, Nika said, thankfully. And then they were talking to John on the phone, asking, if he's whatever, does he have any medicine?
Well,
yeah, what's going on or whatever. And they I know they're so used to dealing with such things, but if you could watch it on our camera, the way she just grabs the kid who's kind of lifeless, because he's still not he's still seizuring and he's kind of out of it, just grabs him and just here, take him. Just gives him to somebody else, and then he goes and puts him. And like I said, I know that they do this, so I try not to judge them. But watching it, you're like, bro, this kid's not doing good. You just handing him off like he's a toy. I mean, that's literally what it looked like. So, but yeah, man, they took him, got him in the ambulance. As he was getting in the ambulance, the mom shows up, and then just basically doesn't get to see him, nothing, just has to follow the ambulance. The dad meets them, if I remember right, meets them at the hospital. They get to the hospital. Of course, they follow the ambulance there. So they are trying to get to the boy, but ambulance goes through a different door.
Yeah.
What I'm saying? So they're so they're at the front desk saying, I need to see my son, They're like, hold on, we don't even have your son, because they haven't checked in yet. You know what I'm saying? So I can't even imagine what, that scene of, what they were going through. So long story short, they ended up having to fly him to Riley. Because he had about I think it clocked out at a 45-minute seizure. Yeah, they, sedated him, made him basically sleep. So, obviously thoughts and prayers goes out to that family, but that's probably been our biggest, scare, here. And they're, these people, we're so lucky to have like such great families, you know, that Nika's able to watch. Like the dad literally texted me, John's his name, texted me that night and asked me, how's Nika? You know, and I was like, dude, like, you're such a good dude. Like, you're going through hell right now with your kid, and you're asking me how my wife. Yeah, you're asking. Yeah, so anyways, man, you know, it's kind of a rough story to end on or whatever, but we did get update today that he is up and awake. He's a little irritated, like he doesn't want to be in the bed, obviously, and he doesn't know why they have, you know, all this stuff hooked to him. But I guess one of the first things he said was he wanted to know where Everly was, which is obviously my youngest, and wanted to know why he's not at Nika's. Well, you know, why he's not here. Because if you think about it, he had just sat on the couch. And then this whole episode happens, and he has no clue because he's out. Yeah, and then he wakes up in a hospital. You know, so hopefully there's no long term, you know, damage there. But you know, obviously having a seizure that long, you know, probably not the best. But I kind of looked at it as a positive for him to wake up and be like, not necessarily wake up, but you know, a few hours, be like, hey, where's my friends? You know. So, anyways, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty scary.
Yeah, I know, man. Yeah, so I just feel for the parents, and you know, it's just such a, you know, I mean, we always say it, you know, we always take it, you know, for granted, you know, and it's like, you know, fortunately he's still with us, but it's like like literally the day before that, like I came home and him and I were like fighting in the backyard, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like just another reminder, man. Like, hold those kids close, you know?
Yeah, even young and healthy out of nowhere.
Yeah. Yep. Needless to say, Everly slept with us last night. I held her a little bit closer today. You know, it's like it really does make you just, you know, because he's 5. He's the same age as Ella, or excuse me, of Everly. So,
wow, 5 years old. And is this his first? That was his first seizure.
No, that's his second, actually.
Okay,
so it's been 2 years since he's had his previous one. So, you know, obviously it's something that, you know, they need to, you know, they and us, you know, are going to have to monitor. Yeah. It's just scary, man. I mean, it's just like, and Nico was she read up about it and was trying to explain to me like what causes a seizure. And I mean, I can't really, you know, explain it that great, but it's just wild that your body can just shut down like that, you know. And it's just like, whether if it be a heart attack or, you know, brain aneurysm or whatever, you know, it's just, I don't know, man. It's just, it's scary.
Yeah, stuff like that always kind of freaks me out a little bit. You start hearing like that, and then there's like stuff like that. I don't know, just stuff like that, and then you hear about, was it instant death syndrome, where people just no reason, no rhyme or reason, like they just
they're just out.
Just done. Like there's like, doctors are like, and so just it's diagnosed with instant death syndrome.
It's just wild. Yeah, no, could be something poisonous or yeah. It's wild, man. Yeah. There's a hate to keep throwing out bad news, but there's a guy from my work who his wife, they just found out a few months ago, has cancer. So they're dealing with that. But on top of that, he's got a niece, I believe it was. I think she was like 11. They went to, I think it was Italy, went there on vacation. And she ended up picking up some type of virus, and it has paralyzed her.
Jeez.
And it's not necessarily, it's more like, it's not like something that like, it's not just some random virus that any of us could get to cause us. It was literally like that type of sickness with her immune system. And it just shut it down. I think it was almost like a common cold where, you know, all of us would just take it, no big deal, right? Or whatever, and our body would fight it off. But something to do with her immune system. And now, I mean, they're, you know, once again, doctors are trying to figure out, you know, okay, we got this freak sickness. Like, you know, what do we do? So I don't know, man. You know, I hate to throw out bad news or whatever, but it just once again, it just makes you so appreciative, you know, that we have our health, our kids are good, you know, just all that.
Bad news over here.
I know, right? I love someone text like, let's just laugh and have fun on the podcast.
Yeah, that's
what I
we
said.
were doing pretty good.
We didn't bring up anything. It was Blake.
Yeah. I waited for the last 10 minutes, you know what I'm saying?
Jeez. Nice.
So, I mean, we could talk about Brittney Griner again. That wasn't the most
That was
positive
awesome.
news.
That was actually awesome.
I guess she has kind of got crapped on by a lot of Americans, though, because apparently she has said some negative things about America. So yeah,
like why? Because she's just sitting there chilling.
Well, I think
what do I owe Brittney Griner? I'm being for real.
No, I think it's like previous, kind of like, even kind of some stuff that maybe like LeBron James has said and, just kind of, crapping on our government, crapping on, our cops, crapping on that type of stuff. And, now she's probably wishing, she had all that protection. So anyways.
Yeah, that's
Sorry, Brittney Griner, we did not care about you.
Oh, I mean, you don't want to see you don't want to see people.
Kevin.
You don't want to see anybody in that position. It's
I know. I can just imagine how scary.
Could you imagine doing 10 years of Russian prison?
Yeah.
Like that's legit.
And like what Blake said, like over something that petty, but they were looking for anything. They were looking for a rubber brand crossed the wrong way. But just think of you're in a country you don't speak the language, and like why is this so serious, right? So
you're in jail. You're like 7 feet tall.
You can dunk.
Maybe.
She did not. I think she was the first WNBA player to dunk. I think
the first
WNBA player.
I thought like
in a game.
I thought it was like
in a game.
Really? That's crazy.
I think so.
Maybe that's why no one watches.
Maybe they captured her because they have a Russian women's prison league. They needed a 7-footer.
Oh, my bad. It was Lisa Leslie.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah, Lisa Leslie. I thought she threw it. I thought she used to throw it down back in the day.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good luck to you, Brittney.
Leave Brittney alone.
Yeah. Kevin,
you muted yourself, homie. There you go. Unmute yourself.
I said next week for everybody. Next week is the Mutter special. Be ready to ask all your questions about the Mutter. We did this on purpose. It's the Mutter special next week.
That's my body.
So next,
I think my body's purposely breaking down, dude. Like I have so many aches and pains this past week.
Look at how happy Kevin is.
I don't know what happened. Like I have,
I'm so happy.
My hips hurt. My shoulder has started to pop.
My goal right now is to not. We'll talk about it next week.
We'll talk about it next week, but I don't know what happened.
My goal is not to get hurt.
I mean, I think we'll be okay. I mean, look, I looked at those things and like the only one that kind of makes me go, I don't know if I want to do that is that Mutterhorn one where you got to climb up 3 stories.
Yeah, you climb up 3 stories. Yeah, I watched that on the video. And it's just like,
and it's steep.
Yeah, it's steep. And what if you're slippery and your shirt is soaking wet? That's what I worry about. Is actually coming down.
Yeah.
So here's the deal. I think none of us are prepared for this. Like we're obviously going to, I know my upper body strength is just, what I'm saying? Like I haven't really done a whole lot. I mean, I've pushed out some push-ups this week, but none of us are going to be prepared. I think we all just have to go with the mindset of we're going to have fun.
Yeah.
We're going to work out. We're going to, if
absolutely.
I more than anything, and I know I've said it many times, I'm really worried about my cramps because I do get cramps pretty easily. I cannot.
This guy drinks a lot of water that morning.
Hey, Kevin, it's his menstrual cramps.
Yes. Yeah, I'm talking about those cramps.
hey, Richard, it's going to be DTD for the.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to take that day off because I'm gonna have so many Charlie horses. But so that's my biggest concern is like if I am climbing something and then all of a sudden it's like, my body's locking up on me and there's nothing I can do. So, but I just keep telling myself like, whatever, have fun.
Eat bananas, get your potassium in the day.
I do. I take magnesium pills and all that. Drink so I'm hoping. Yeah.
I'm stretching a bunch before and drinking a bunch of water and bananas.
Well, keep in mind too, they have volunteers there. So if you I don't know, they have a TikTok I've been watching, and their volunteers straight help people. Like it's not like if there's something you can't do.
Can you send us that TikTok link?
Yeah, I sent you a couple videos,
Yeah.
but I'll send you the link. And like, they're in orange shirts, and their whole job is to make sure you get through the obstacle courses. So like, if
Make
they
sure
see
you
you
don't-
struggling, they're gonna come help.
Yeah,
So-
I think they try to make it a fun thing.
Yeah.
You know, because there's people there that's probably hasn't worked out at all, or just
I did see a few people, and I was like, man, I think if he can do it, I think I'm good. I don't want to judge anybody that way, but
But I've seen people ripped and in shape, and it makes me, and I see them hurting, and I'm like,
that
oh,
video,
crap,
that first
dude.
video that I sent you guys, that's what I was like, yeah, this is gonna be rough.
dude,
It's gonna be rough.
I know we're gonna end real soon, but that reminds me of my first ever road march in basic training.
Mhm.
So the road march is basically you put on all your combat gear and you march for 10 miles. Like you're going to go to a mission or do something, or you're going to go set up base. And you march on the side of a road for like 5 or 10 miles, whatever you're assigned to. We did it once a week, every Saturday morning. And the first time we did it, I looked over at the dude across from me, the biggest dude. I thought this dude was like the baddest dude I'd ever met. Freaking tears just down his eyes, like the most pain.
Really?
Like just the endurance, and his legs and feet were in so much pain. I just was like, oh my! So like, you'll be amazed, but I guess maybe the moral of the story is you'd be surprised, by what people's thresholds are just by how they look. You know what I mean?
Oh, I'm gonna look like a baby.
Hey, what about what?
Oh my God.
We got to plan the team up for the carrying phase. Like one of us carries one, and then they got to switch.
Oh snap! I can't carry none of you fools.
I'm gonna call
That's
JD. I'm gonna carry JD.
Yeah, that's why I said next week we need to plan it all out on the pod.
Yeah,
I'll be standing on Jared's shoulders the whole time.
Yeah. Jared, we have a Jared. Like, hey, we have a Hulk. We have a Jared.
So what? Yeah, we'll have to. Maybe we'll. Oh God, I'm getting stressed.
We'll
out
pull out the
thinking about
Bible. We'll
obstacles.
pull out that Bible thing, the email they sent me. And,
Yeah, we'll send out we'll pull out the email. We'll game plan all next Wednesday on the pod.
because the Bible also has all the courses.
And I know Kevin alluded to this a couple weeks ago. I'm scared to death of the chafing.
Oh,
Yeah.
do you know
better
what?
get one of them,
Do you
bro.
know what
Some powder.
Body Glide is? So it's like
yeah,
$5.
go for
You
it.
get it on Amazon. It's Runner's Glide, and I use it when I run, and it's just gliding, and it just looks like deodorant. It's like a deodorant
Yes,
stick.
I do have something like that.
Yeah, just put that on there. Just put that on before we run, and I think you'll be okay.
I'm just thinking about the wet clothes. Like when everything's wet, it kind of
Yeah.
changes things, you know.
Yeah.
But
Well, and I think the first thing they have you do is that ice dunk. That's the first thing I think they have you do.
well, hold on that Bible thing. I thought I read something that there is no. I was looking at workout things on their website, and I went to the 10K, and it said it was like trying to prep. It was showing ways to prepare for the ice bath, and they're talking about like putting your hands in water for 10 minutes, like an ice cold water, right? Doing stuff like that. But it said in parentheses, not in the 5K.
Oh, okay.
So
I'll have to look that
yeah,
up.
so yeah, look that up.
Yeah, we'll look that up
There was
next week.
There's nothing worse than an ice bath, but there was part of me that was kind of looking forward to that because, especially towards the end, because that's what our body is going to need.
Yeah, at
You
the
know what I'm
end
saying?
it would be perfect.
Yes.
But at the beginning, it'd be shitty because it's going to tense up your muscles.
When I seen people
Yeah.
doing it, they were all super clean, not
Yeah.
sweaty, nothing. Like
Oh,
that's
really?
why I thought maybe it was the very first thing they had them do.
Oh man, that would suck. Like,
Yeah.
give me that in the
'Cause
middle.
I think
after
the
I'm
last
hot.
thing they have you do is the zapper.
Yep, I'm walking around that one,
and then no matter how, yeah.
and I'm out. Unless that rejuvenates me somehow.
Right.
Hey,
Yeah.
real quick before we sign off, Blake, how sexist are those fantasy WNBA team names?
Dude,
I'm gonna ask you that.
hold on. Here, I'll bring up our team names real quick. So there is a girl. So there's one called. Oh God. He's won one game, one matchup. Why isn't it letting me? Hold on. Sorry. Oops, wrong button. We're getting there. All right, here we go. Brownsburg donut bump. I don't even know what that means. One
Google it.
is What'd you say?
Google it.
No, I'm about to Google it.
Yeah, one is all C cup Smitty. That's your boy. That's your boy Greg. David is basket no balls, which I thought that was funny. And mine is do you wanna boner? Because there is a player named Dewana Boner.
Yeah.
So it was just too easy. Do you wanna boner?
Are you the one that has a what's your NBA?
You're gonna have to Google the bump and donuts, bro.
Yep.
Oh really? Okay.
Yeah.
What's my WNBA?
No, what's your NBA one? Isn't that similar to your NBA name?
No,
I got
Jokic or something like that.
I got Nikola Jokic.
Oh,
Yeah.
never mind. Okay. Yeah. It's still play on the words of.
I know.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just such a perv or something.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Free R. Kelly. Bring back Brittney Griner.
You gotta stop. we don't free people that pee on other people.
Free
We don't
R.
do
Kelly.
that.
Keep Brittney locked up.
Dude, that's
Free R.
Kevin's
Kelly.
thing. You gotta stop.
Yeah, that's surprised Kevin didn't say that.
Free R. Kelly. We'll trade you
Trade your
R.
R.
Kelly
Kelly